Karibuni ndugu zangu mjisikie nyumbani.
Haleluya, karibuni jamani.
Jisikie nyumbani.
Malaika walinde mkae kwetu salama.
Jisikie nyumbani.
Malaika walinde mkae kwetu salama.
25 years ago, the First Colony Church of Christ felt the call to go to the nations and build a generational Christian community which would eventually be led by indigenous leaders who were 100% self-sustaining financially and in their ministry. At this same time, 3 young couples at Harding University were answering God's call to go. And through the Lord's providence, we partnered with this team to start a mission in the Ankole region around Imbarara, Uganda. This has truly been a work of generations in many different ways. There have been generations of mission teams. First, the Gages, Fouts, and Bakers. Then the Lindsays, Naramores, Laurie Earls, and Glissons. And then finally, the Huttons, Tuckers, and Martins. Overall, First Colony has sent and repatriated 10 families and 3 generations of missionaries to this area. There have also been generations of First Colony leadership, beginning with the leadership of Jerry Morris and Jim Hughes, which was passed on to others, including Bob and Cheryl Gowans, Wes Spates, and Dana and Sheila Wright, and then to Nancy Penny, Steve Manley, and Grant Wright. These people and many others from First Colony all served to grow and sustain the movement. They served on the mission committee, made countless personal trips to Uganda, and invested in both the missionaries and the Ugandan leaders. There have also been generations of Ugandan leadership, including Richard Kweyamba, Joseph Yarahunga, Hannington Noe, Asimwe Gordon, James Truman, Hosiano, Arthur, Bob and Doran, Ian, Stephen, and many more. Also included in these generations are around 200 high school seniors and First Colony members who visited Uganda to invest and form relationships. We've grown up with this movement and mission, and it is close to our hearts. These Ugandans are our brothers and sisters in the church and in Jesus Christ. And just like with our brothers and sisters here in North America, we have done ministry side by side with our brothers and sisters in Uganda. We have grown old with these people, celebrated marriages and births, and even mourned the passing of loved ones together. Our God of generations has worked over the generations to grow this Uganda church movement into 16 healthy churches, 70 godly and effective leaders, and 2,000 faithful church members. Let us share with you some of the wonderful ministry initiatives that our Ugandan brothers and sisters lead. Sunday worship services are led in the town and village churches each week as they preach the gospel, share the Lord's Supper, and celebrate in worship. In addition to various daily classes and gatherings at the church building, the Ugandans also host monthly leadership meetings and conferences for women, youth, married couples, families, and leaders to train, equip, and disciple members for all kinds of ministry, from single-family units to national meetings. The Ugandans also maintain a Christian library in the church building full of commentaries and reference materials, a place where church leaders, church members, and community members read and discuss the books together. This library is a unique feature for churches in the region. Also in the church building is a medical clinic run by Dr. Andrew, one of the Imbarara church leaders, offering free medical services to church members and the community on a daily basis. Numerous people in the community have been baptized through this outreach initiative. The Ugandans have also met a huge need for Christian education and have established 3 village primary schools. They preach the gospel daily and reach entire families while providing excellent academic education, impacting over 500 children. The Ugandans continue to maintain 2 clean water wells built by First Colony, and there is significant health improvement for the locals in these villages. This past year, they installed 1 more additional water well on their own. A recent initiative is to teach sewing classes to single mothers in several villages where they can learn to sew their own clothes and make a living while also hearing lessons from Scripture. Through Farming God's Way, Ugandans model appropriate farming practices while simultaneously teaching about God, creation, and the gospel. Famine relief during the dry season is another way Ugandan church members have shown a heart for those in need, providing seeds, clothes, salt, soap, and food, using this to tell about the goodness of the Lord. The success of discipleship Bible studies at the Imbarara Church building has multiplied into hundreds of house churches over the past few years. So far this year, 163 have been baptized as a result. The church members have committed to local assistance and pastoral care by visiting the local hospitals and the city prison to give hope and share the good news. Medical bills for elderly and destitute church members are paid when necessary. To expand evangelism, members of the Imbarara Church have planted a new village church in the past year and have traveled west to an area near the border with Democratic Republic of Congo to begin spreading the gospel. And now we have a unique opportunity. These Ugandans have the spiritual experience, desire, discipleship, history, and maturity to continue this movement. But they need our partnership to complete the building in Imbarara, which serves as a vital hub for so many of these ministries. As you can see, all of the ministries mentioned above are either hosted directly at the building or are sustained by the rental income generated by the building. Adding the final 2 stories of this church building will indeed provide enough revenue to 100% financially sustain the church movement. FCCC is fundraising to underwrite the expansion project. This is the last major investment these Christian brothers and sisters need and desire to reach the Ankole people now and to continue to reach the Ankole people through the generations. We invite you to partner with us to help raise the $480,000 needed to complete the building of these 2 floors. The goal is to start construction in the summer of 2023. We need to have 100% of the funds raised or pledged before construction begins. We welcome your partnership as together we approach this capstone project for our Ugandan brothers and sisters in Christ.
Mwebale munonga.
Thank you. Mwebale munonga. Thank you.
Jende.
Mwebale munonga. Thank you for being Jesus.